So, my phone ran out of memory, so I had to delete some videos, but I'm back again. So, where I left off, there's going to be, I guess, a part one and a part two on this one. But we're talking about transition. So, this is Tiger Woods, transition, weight forward, leg start, lower internal. You can see in the back view, you can see that squatting I was talking about. This one you can't see so much, but the leg goes external and the hips start turning. Elbow drops. Now I don't think he bows his wrist as much as some others. Brooks Koepka is a bower. Dustin Johnson. Everybody does something a little different to square the club, which we're going to talk about as we go through these positions later after we're done. So after transition comes impact. Now impact is not like setup, okay? Impact, our hips are going to be open 30 degrees. There's going to be some shaft lean or keys at an impact, and your hands are off the inside hip, kind of here, with some shaft lean. So you're like that at impact, all right? Some people would think of the backhand, hitting the ball with the backhand, kind of a side like this, right? Some of these pictures look different versus a driver swing or an iron swing. I think the one I'm showing you is iron. So in a driver, you'll see, because you kind of on a driver, you want to hit on the upswing. He'll be more back, kind of like he's back a little bit. And you won't see as much shaft lean with the driver. But in irons, you want to see that shaft lean. We're running out of room here. Tiger Woods impact. You see the hips fully turned towards the target. I also would say, again, you don't see the shaft lean because on a driver you want to hit on the upswing. So about right here in a driver you want to start extending and hitting on the upswing. So rather than have that shaft lean here, they extend and be more like that, which is what you're seeing in those pictures. So impact, and then kind of like we talked about in the pool, so extension. So he'll be out here, and you'll see how his wrists kind of release, but it's full out here. It's kind of you continuing around in the circle. I like to see the hands, club on the heel line going forward, kind of make sure you turn through, right? And the club's closing, and everything comes together down the line. All right, so extension is the next. Oh, I didn't write down impact. So impact, keys and impact, shaft lean, hips turned, hips lead, club head squares, hands on turn, hands Hands forward. That's part of the shaft lean. Hands forward. And again, that's more with irons. All right, so then after impact, we talk about extension. Keys in extension were full release, turning left, with irons, when I think more around, I want on the heel line forward, which we talked about we talked about this one of the first videos when we talked about being in the pool. So we wanted to be right here, transition a little bit, and then down over here. But in here, feel that shoulder, and then feel yourself turning around to get to that position. Right? Forward look here. Slow, I kind of. Right there on that line. Heel line forward. But that lets me know you turned through, right? Body facing the target. Right? So that's extension, and then that just, Tiger Woods extension. Again, some of this is different because it's a driver. Extension. See the wrist release. See the hips turning full through. No more weight on the backswing. So then all this leads to a finish, all right? The final piece. In the keys and finish, you want to see a full body turn release, and you want to stay in balance, all right? We're not swinging for the fences. If you can't finish in balance on your full front foot, then you kind of overswing. So you want to not try to swing so hard. And going through these positions, at first we want to go slow, methodical through them, check our checkpoints, and then gradually speed up. Always checking we're in the right positions, okay? So keys and finish, body full turn. The more you wrap around like this, kind of shows your flexibility and follow through swing. You'll see a lot of pros try to get that club facing, all right? I used to finish like this. You see a lot of iron swings, they never finish their swing. They're right down here. Right, so arms straight across, that's a good position. Right? Weight fully on the front foot, and you can pick up that back foot in balance. Finish. So let's see what Tiger Woods' finish looks like. Younger Tiger Woods. Back view, side view. See how there's no more weight on that back foot. Facing the target, full And here's that club wrap around showing his flexibility where there's upper body just going around. Full finish. No weight on back foot. Club wrap. Hold. Pose for the camera. So, yeah. So these are the positions we want to hit. All right. And going through them. So this week's homework. So this week, we kind of want to focus on. I gotta go get a club for this for a second. I'll be back. So the whole point of this week is to focus on the club head itself, all right, during the swing, and the shaft positions. So we already talked about this for the keys for our swing. So we want to go to setup and focus on the club face, all right? So what squares is, all right? Square is when that club sits dead on the ground like this, when you're looking down at it. All right, square. Now closed is like that, all right? You'll toe in, and that's open, all right? So when you look square, closed, open. So we want to pay attention to that when we set up, right? We got a square face, right? Now, if we have problems slicing, some people just naturally close that club on purpose. It's not a good fix, but when we are practicing our positions, we want to square, know what closed is, know what open is, all right? Now, 7-iron is going to be straight up and down, all right? You can add a little shaft lean, so you want to hit it lower. Shaft lean at the start. Some people initiate their swing like this, and then a backswing, all right? But be aware of the shaft, all right? Am I like this? Am I neutral? You don't want to be like this, right? So 7-irons are good practice swing. It stays right in the middle. Be aware. Square face, open face, shaft, all right? So then we go to P1. P1 is that club on my toe line, parallel to the ground, all right? Not kind of parallel. You want it exactly parallel to the ground, all right? Now, club face, pointing straight up is square, somewhat closed as if it's facing the ground, like that. That's somewhat closed, square, open on the backswing. So we want to be aware of that. We take a club back. A lot of people now teach just a slightly squared on the backswing in P1, all right, and parallel to the ground, just like that. This is okay too, somewhere in here. Don't want to be opening it like that. End up slicing it. And we kind of look at Tiger Woods in P1, slightly closed, club parallel to the ground. So go to P1, feel, make sure that shaft is parallel to the ground, right? On your toe line, not toe line exactly, not in on the toe line, not out, toe line, okay? These are the aspects you want to focus on this week, all right? Club shaft, club head. Now we go to P2. It's a good setup, still focus on the same things. Focus on the same things. P2, am I 45 degrees? Am I vertical? Am I laid off? Then also, so I'm going to kneel down on this one. is my club head open. So right here, hands like this, square, right? Club head square. Hard to see there. This is closed. This is open, right? You want to feel that. The bowing of the wrists, they just roll. It's a bow, right? So go to P2 and feel that. Right here, in my 45 degrees, my club, parallel here, closed, open. Those things are your focus this week. Then I want to go to P3. This is hard for me to hold. Sometimes I'll just kind of picture it like this. Take that club up there now. Okay, this is where I want to be. I use this mirror, so I got two mirrors here. Right, that's P3 where I should be. And then I put my hand on there and kind of feel what that feels like. Again, P3, you want to be not across the line. Right, you want to make sure you're, not across the line, not laid off. We're focused on that shaft this week. Club head, right, square. You'll see this right here. Can't do it. Same as kind of back here, but square, closed, open, right? You want to be square to closed all the time, really, during the golf swing. Unless you're trying to hit a lob shot or something, but square to closed, if we can get where we hit straight shots to draws, right? We got to get rid of the slices, right? So straight or square face to closed face is what we're going for. So again, up there, think of that clothesline, closed, open, square. Club shaft, is it parallel to the ground? Right? Right there. It's okay to be short of it. And a lot of people don't get to P3. You need a lot of flexibility, a lot of shoulder turn and hip turn. So focus on that. Then we're going to go to transition. Right, we're up here. Stop and transition. And then I focus on my shoulder, but bowing the wrist, make sure if it's here's okay. Open, square, closed. Kind of focus on those things. Impact. Where am I at impact? Square, closed, open. Then finish is just something that happens, right? So it's kind of the result of hitting good positions, and it's what naturally comes to happen. Sometimes we'll start, when I'm practicing, I'll start here and focus on the end, right? Hitting those positions if I want to work on my through swing. So I go that way. But mostly it's here as we're working on this. So that's what we want to work on this week. So going through those swings, focusing on shaft and club head. So first, good place to start here is to do this without a club. So just your hands, feel these positions, all right? Stopping, pausing in each one. First you go slow, you go a little faster, checking your positions. No clubs, okay? Be able to do that proficiently, all right? Then close your eyes and move to that position you think it is in your mind. Then open your eyes and verify, okay, yeah, I'm in a good position, all right? Okay, I went here, set up, P1, P2, open my eyes. Are my arms good? Am I parallel? Does it look like a good position? If you're working with a friend of yours, you can ask him, check your positions. So first you do it without a club, no balls, right? Then I want you to add the club, still not hitting shots, and go to these positions, all right? Real slow, methodical, hitting those positions. We got kind of crawling before you run, right? So kids, you crawl, right? Then you stumble, then you walk, right? Then we jog, then we run. So it's how we get there, how we build in the swing. So we got to crawl first, right? So hit your positions, get those in your body correct, right? Then we add the club, get those positions. And then when you got those down, then we're going to start hitting shots, all right? But you got to do that a lot, all right? So first, with no clubs, I suggest you can do those at home in your basement. I say 100 swings is easy, so 10 times, do it 10 times, all right? 100 times, no problem. Then I say with a club, 10 times, 100 times with a club. Then we're ready to get to the range. And you still got to kind of always picture these positions. So then the last thing he wants you to do to, kind of develop contact is, it's what I had you doing in dynamic swing. So he wants you to go back to P1 into extension, right? So it's basically mini swings, P1 to extension, P1 to extension, hit balls, right? Then, now we're working on contact. Then it's P2, check your position, shoulder, right? 2, shoulder finish. Now it's not a full finish, it's kind of somewhere in between extension, but it's back here, P2, little more transition, good impact into a shoulder finish, kind of say a 3/4 finish, right? So that's all I want to talk about tonight. So to this week, we're going to go through your positions, all right? Review. I'm going to send a PDF of these. We got to visualize these positions, right? It's not me on video, right? I kind of hit them, but that's what I visualize and what I do for my positions. We want to try to copy Tiger Woods here, all right? His positions, and make them ours, all right? And there's going to be little differences, little idiosyncrasies that we make our swing our own, but if we start with these positions, we're going to be in a good place to hit great shots, all right? So visualize these positions, work on them, remember your keys, all right? 100 times. So try to, let's say I want, not 100 times, but, I'll do 20 a day, that's easy, right? 50 a day. So we ingrain these feelings in our body, and then we take this to the range, right? And then we take that to the course, all right? So we have a good solid swing to start from. So position focus. Today, this week, shaft, in. So go to those positions, feel open, closed, square, all right? Then we want mini swings, so P1 to extension, all right? Hip to hip. Hit balls like that. Then I want to see shoulder, shoulder. So it's basically P2 to 3/4 follow through. So it's in the pool, like I was talking about. That's what I like about this. I'm following this book. It's How to Feel a Real Golf Swing by Bob Toski and Davis Love. But a lot of similar things I teach, and the way I think of my swing. So I'm going to use this. And all we're going to do week by week is go through these positions again, and there'll be a different focus. So this week it's shaft and club head. Next week it's going to be hands. Then I think they emphasize the lower body, and we just kind of put more focus on certain aspects of the swing and kind of refine our positions so we get solider and solider golf swing. And through this, we feel kind of the club head, how it swings, and how to get a good golf swing. So that's it. That's your homework for this week. As I talked about, next week CVGAs start. So junior CVGAs in Osseo on Thursday. It's a fun scramble, so that's a perfect. You don't have to. It's not all dependent on you. You know, you get it with a friend of yours. You both hit a shot, and you take the best shot, and you play as a team through. So it's kind of a fun start, and it takes a little pressure off tournament golf, and it's more of a fun get out there to start the season. So I recommend those, and get to the range, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.